part 1 of section 3.4 for precalculus, logarithmic properties. There are 3 log properties that we use in precalc. You would have seen these in Algebra 2 and College Algebra if you're coming to me from there. So the first one is when we are condensing. So we're going to be expanding and condensing rules right here. So our first rule, it says log base b of the quantity r times s. So the way that you expand a multiply problem is by changing it to addition. And the addition happens, each part of the multiply problem gets the log base b. So it looks like log base b of r plus log base b of s. This is our product rule. This is how you would expand it. Now in this example, I only have 2 things getting multiplied inside of the parentheses. You could have 3 things getting multiplied, 4 things, 400 things, it doesn't matter, but each one of them gets the log base b, and they're separated by a plus sign. This is the product rule expanded. Second rule that we have is the quotient rule. This is the log base b of the quantity r divided by s, and it's really important that you put parentheses around these things. So when you want to expand a division problem, we separate them with a subtraction sign. And the numerator always goes first. So this is log base b of r minus log base b of s. So numerator first, denominator goes right after the minus sign. And again, you can have more things going on inside of your parentheses, but anytime you see division, you always separate the numerator and denominator with subtraction. And our third rule is called the power rule. This is the log base b of r raised to the c power. Now this one we've already been doing quite a bit. Anytime we have an exponent, we can kick that out front and change it to a multiply problem. So this would be c times log base b of r. That's the power rule, and those are how you expand them. Okay, next part, we're going to look at our problems here and decide if the statement is true or false. There's a lot of easy places to mess up on these 3 rules, so I just want to go through them and make sure that we're all comfortable with them as we're doing that. Okay, so the first one says the natural log of the quantity x plus 2 is equal to the natural log of x plus the natural log of 2. Is this answer true or false? Correct answer is false. And the reason is because inside of my parentheses, we have addition going on, not multiplication. So this one is absolutely not true. Okay, problem number 2, log base 3 of the quantity 7x is equal to 7 times the log base 3 of x. True or false? This one is false as well. Inside of our parentheses, we have multiplication going on. The only time that we move a number out front is if it were an exponent. All right, looking at problem number 3, we have log base 2 of the quantity 5x. That's equal to log base 2 of 5 plus log base 2 of x. True or false? That one's true because inside of our parentheses we have multiplication going on, and our expand rule says when we have multiply going on, we expand it with addition. Each piece gets the log base 2. All right, on problem number 4, this one has a fraction, and I couldn't insert parentheses for some reason. So the first thing I want you to do is draw in parentheses on this one. Get into the habit of doing that anytime you have a fraction involved. So this one is the natural log of x divided by 5. They're saying, is that equal to the natural log of x minus the natural log of 5? True or false? This one's true. The division rule or the quotient rule says that we can take the natural log of x minus the natural log of 5. So when we have division, we can expand it with subtraction. So this one is true. Numerator went first, denominator went second. Okay, looking at problem 5. And again, do me a favor here, we have a fraction. Draw parentheses around it for me, please. We have the log of the quantity x divided by 4 equals the log of x divided by log of 4. True or false? This answer is false. This is a pretty common mistake. It's not distributing the log through. This is the log of that fraction, not the log of each piece. So this is definitely false. Number 6, log base 4 of x cubed is equal to 3 times the log base 4 of x. True or false? This one is true. Exponent rule says The product rule says when we have an exponent, it kicks out front and it turns into multiply. Problem 7, log base 5 of x squared is equal to log base 5 of x times log base 5 of x. True or false? This answer is false. It's the x that's getting squared here, not the whole problem. If the problem would have looked like log base 5 of x quantity squared, then this would have absolutely been true. So you have to be careful about where your parentheses are. And a lot of times when we only have one term, one term in this position here, we don't put parentheses around it, but it's always a good idea to start doing that. Okay, number 8, true or false? The log of the quantity 4x is equal to log 4 plus log x. True or false? This one is true. This one sometimes bothers people because there is multiply going on inside here. So we do separate it with an addition sign. The problem that people have is why is the 4 not in absolute value bars? That's the big question here. That's because 4 is already a positive number, and when you take the absolute value of a number, you're getting a positive number out. So that's why I don't need the absolute value bars on this one.